But I did tell him no. And he's like, and I start walking away, and I look down at my shoes, and I need to tie my shoes. And he started doing that, but then the bell rang, and he couldn't. He didn't end up doing anything. He was so close to raping me. So close. But nothing happened. The bell rang, and we left. And then I met up with a friend who said, or I told her what was going on. She's like, you need to be careful, for one. And then she gave me a condom. And it's like, well, if you're going to have sex with him, be safe. Because at the same time, I did want it. But at the same time, I did tell him no. And so on the way home, I was so dumb. So dumb. So dumb. Once again, Mimi Girl 01 from 2015. Like when she was 15 years old, 2011 was so dumb. And so what happened was, after that, I started walking home, and I was talking to a friend of mine, and my sister in front of me heard what I was saying. And then she told my dad. And he flipped out. He completely flipped out. What happened, we went to a lawyer. He was going to charge rape against this kid. And not only rape against the kid, but he wanted to sue the school for not protecting, for not watching over people with special needs. The thing is, the school had over like 1,500 students. They had a lot of students in their school at the time at Lincoln. And it's just like, how can you watch all the students? You can't. He started freaking out. He freaked out way too much, which made me think that I was actually raped. And he's just like, oh gosh. Everybody started freaking out, even me. And so he actually pulled me out of school, put me into one of the worst online schools ever, which is TVL, Tacoma Virtual Learning. It was not a good online school whatsoever. They had a lot of things you could do on that computer that shouldn't have been allowed at all. And one of those things I did was I contacted that guy. And he was like, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. But we actually, good thing the Lord protected me from this, but we actually planned to meet at the mall and have sex there. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, Mimi from 2011 was so dumb. And I actually have talked to him since then. We've talked. And every single time we've talked, I stopped talking to him for a while. The last time he complained about wanting to commit suicide, that he wanted to kill himself. Basically, he did it for attention. He's not the first time he was doing that. And the worst part is, people who cry suicide, whether they want it for attention or not, usually they have a problem. They have a huge problem, and they need help either way. Because clearly something is wrong in your head to cry suicide. You should never cry suicide. You should never want to kill yourself or say that you want to kill yourself. That's just it's basically something you just don't do. Don't ever. If you feel like you're actually going to want to commit suicide, don't. You have a bit longer life than that. And during that time, because of all the stress and stuff of my dad wanting to go through rape charges, all that, I actually contemplated suicide. There was nights where I actually tried to strangle myself. I literally took my blankets and tried to strangle myself with the blankets. I had enough. I was done. I also had a service dog at the time, and I would actually physically harm her. I was physically abusive to my service dog because of the stress I was going through. I was not doing good whatsoever. I was falling apart. And I just couldn't handle it anymore at that time. We actually had a counselor that came to the house, told my parents to lock up the pills, told them that they had to get my belts away from me and all that. I was just, and she wasn't in my opinion, she wasn't a good counselor either. I did not like her whatsoever. I missed my old counselor from before her, because that one, even though she was only with us for a month, like being with her case for a month, she was really cool and I liked her face and she was an amazing person. But this counselor was not my favorite. I did not like her whatsoever. And it was just like, it was a really hard time for me. It really was. Not only did I have to deal with being on online school, but I had to deal with living with my younger sisters. And that just made it even worse. My youngest sister was my biggest bully. She constantly called me a 3-year-old. She compared me to a 3-year-old. And guess what? She was way younger than me. She was like, how old was she when I was 15? She was like 6 years old? I don't know. But she was very young back then. And it just and very, very, very mean. But my sister, who was closest to me, blamed everything on me because she had to be taken out of school because of me. She had to go into online school because of me. She was blaming me for everything. She didn't understand why she had to go on online school because of my actions. And it's just like, I was very, like I said again, I was very naive, I was very stupid, and I hope you guys, whoever's watching, whether you have a disability or not, make the right choices. Don't go after guys who are not good for you. Don't go after girls that are not good for you. Build relationships that will stand by your side and really be good for you, because in the end, it's going to turn into a disaster if you don't. That's all I have to say. Just protect yourself and guard your heart. Because one day you'll find somebody who actually loves you and actually cares about you and actually wants the world for you. And is the world to you and you're the world to them. You'll find that one day. Like, seriously. I feel like I have, and I love him so much. But don't let your past define you. Don't let right now, let what your actions do now be something you'll be proud of later on. Because you don't want to go through this life regretting things. Seriously, you don't want that. This is coming for somebody who knows, okay? I know. Okay? So, if you guys have any other things you want me to talk about, please comment down below and let me know. Or write me, which my P.O. box will be in the description later on. I don't know when, but it will be in later on. And let me know. Like, I would love to read your guys' letters. And I would love to be there for you guys. Be your mentor if you need one. Or just be a friend. I'll probably end up writing you guys back. That's just how I am. But once it gets higher up, where more people are writing, I probably won't be able to write back to everybody. But right now, I can. I'll be able to write every single one of you back if you write me right now. So, yeah, that's all I really wanted to say, guys. I hope you guys have a good rest of your guys' morning, that your afternoon is sparkling fantastic, that your evening is worth relaxing and calming down, that you get some good sleep tonight, and you actually just like dream, and you get some really good sleep tonight, that you wake up and that you have a good rest of your guys' day. And I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!